Hey sis, are you there? Pick up, would you? I got some super good news for you. You're really gonna envy me about this. You can bet on it. You gotta hear this. Pick up, sis.
Is this Elaine? I haven't heard from you for, I guess it must be like 5 years, right? What's the super news you want me to hear?
Hold on to your bitches. I'm getting married.
Huh? You, my little sister, getting married?
Not only is he very rich, but owns some huge estate. He's working at this small corporation right now, a regular employee, but down the line, he's going to take over his father's company. He'll be the CEO. Can you believe it? You know what that means, right? Yep, landed me a rich and successful guy. I hit the jackpot. I bet you're seething with envy right about now. You always thought I couldn't keep a guy for long. Remember that? You always used to say that. That I was picking and choosing, and what do you know? I found the perfect guy. Looks like you're the loser now, huh? Didn't you get married some years back, Amy? And you're still working. You both have to work to make ends meet, I see. You really picked a loser for a husband. Can't properly provide for his wife. I'm not going to make that mistake.
I'm working because I want to. I could quit anytime I want. It's not about that.
Yeah, excuses. You've always been too stuffy. Miss Goody Two-Shoes. LOL. That's why you'll forever be poor, unlike me. LOL. So sorry to live the good life.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, congratulations. And I would appreciate it if you would quit chiding my husband. He's been a great partner.
Yeah.
I really don't care what your values are or what reasoning is for picking a husband, but I'm sure you know what choosing someone merely for money will get you nowhere. Actually, it would just build animosity over time. I really don't have to tell you. You're a grown woman. If you want to make this kind of relationship last, you better learn to keep your mouth shut about certain things. I know it's hard to keep up this outward appearance, but if you want the marriage to last, if you don't maintain this facade, someday you'll regret it.
Oh my god, now I know you're super envious. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, I figured you'd say that. At least I tried. So, is that all you wanted? Anything else?
Huh? What do you mean?
Why'd you text me? Any specific reason other than that you're getting married? If that's all, I really have to get back to work. I'm meeting my husband for dinner tonight. I don't want to be late.
I'm not finished yet.
Seriously? What is it?
We're going to hold a wedding. I'll send you an invitation once it's all been scheduled, okay?
Do I really have to attend?
Of course! You're my sister, for God's sake. Why wouldn't I invite you? Anyway, I'll send it to you once it's a go, so see ya!
Hey, Elaine, can we talk for a second?
Hello, Amy. What's up? Something wrong?
I just arrived at the wedding hall. I'm standing here at the reception desk. That invitation you sent me, the girl at the reception desk said it's a different design and that my name is nowhere on the invitation list. What's going on? I took the day off to come here today. You better have a good reason for this.
Oh no, you actually came?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, well, you weren't that enthusiastic about coming to the wedding, so I sent you a fake invitation. But you're here, so does that mean in reality you wanted to attend? Is that it? Yeah, well, I don't blame you for wanting to come, but I thought you'd just toss the invitation in the trash, so... My fiancé's friends are all real successful people, rich, prestigious families. Bet you wanted to mingle with them, LOL. But it wouldn't really look great if my sister is seen trying to snare some eligible guy during the reception. Just wouldn't look good. So, sorry, but there's no place for you here.
Hello? Haven't you forgotten something? I'm married, for God's sake. Why would I be looking for an eligible guy? Leaving that aside for now, why would you even do such an awful thing to your sister on your own wedding day?
I just wanted to teach you a lesson, that's all. However, if you pay us $10,000 for the privilege of attending the wedding, well, I could prepare a seat for you, but there's no way you can come up with that much cash.
$10,000? Are you out of your mind? I'm not gonna pay that. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Go right ahead. Losers are unwelcome here. Good riddance. See you around. Maybe I'll see you at the homeless camp under the overpass one of these days. Amy, answer me! How could you? Why didn't you tell me? If I knew from the start, I would have invited you. No problem. So why? Come on, sis. Please, pick up. I'm sorry.
What do you want? Aren't you right in the middle of your wedding about now? What's up?
Don't act all innocent. You knew that this wedding was called off, and you said nothing. How could you?
Huh? Seriously? I was wondering if there was a possibility that this might happen, but I guess it happened.
Why didn't you tell me sooner? How could you hide such an important fact from me? You never told me you knew my fiancé. Dennis, why the hell do you even know him? But what's more, the company that Dennis is doing business with, the CEO of that company, you're this guy's wife? When the hell did this happen? That company is Dennis's top client. This is the first I'm hearing about this. And you said $10,000 was too much for you? Yeah, right. Like the wife of a company CEO and a major corporation at that. That's chump change for a guy like that. Why the hell are you this guy's wife anyway? It doesn't make sense. You're supposed to be poor for God's sake. You're super rich.
Oh, about that. Yeah, I have the money, but not for you.
Huh?
Anyway, there was really no reason for me to announce that I'm the wife of some CEO. What's the difference anyway? I don't know Dennis personally. I met him a few times at a couple receptions that I attended with my husband, but that's about it. I just happened to run into your fiancé as I was leaving. He recognized me right away. I was not sure who it was. I knew the name, but didn't put two and two together. That's when I found out that you had canceled my invitation due to me being sick or something, and I was taken off the invitation list.
Huh? Dennis? He came up and talked to you?
Yes, I was quarreling with the receptionist when he spotted me. He asked me what the problem was, and I simply explained the fact, that's all.
What? Are you for real? So you just blabbed about all of it? Is that it?
That's a strange way to put it. I didn't blab about anything. Besides, I can't lie to a major client. And we know each other through business. If I lie, it would eventually get out anyway. Actually, it would make things way more awkward.
Well, because of that, he annulled our engagement on the spot. You do realize that. My jackpot, my lease to a celeb life, gone in a second. What are you going to do about it? It's all your fault, Amy. I want you to take responsibility of this.
I did nothing wrong. I'm the victim here. I was the one who was scammed into attending the wedding, for which you canceled at the last minute. You knew what you were doing from the get-go.
It's your fault. No if or buts about it. I don't want to hear it. You never wanted me to be happy. You're so cruel. I want you to take full responsibility. I want your husband, divorce him, and have him marry me. He's way richer than the guy I was going to marry. This would be a way to get back at him. I'll show him. I'm willing to let all of this pass if you divorce your husband and you talk to him into marrying me.
Hold it a second. What exactly do I have to take responsibility for? I don't get it.
You blabbed about me. You have to take responsibility for ruining my wedding. You give me your husband and I sweep this all under the rug. It's a win-win for all.
That's the most irrational thing I have ever heard.
Huh? It's not irrational at all.
I must admit, you are pretty, but your brain certainly isn't working right. Maybe you should see a psychiatrist?
Are you insinuating that I'm deranged or something?
All responsibility lies with you, Elaine, and only you.
No way. It's all your fault.
Okay then, let me ask you this. Do you know why Dennis annulled the engagement? Do you even know?
Huh?
Well, that's because you... What did I do?
Huh? Well, you...
Yeah, I figured. What I really want to say is, figure it out for yourself, but It wouldn't seem right to cause additional discomfort to Dennis and his family, so I'll do my best I can to enlighten you. He was upset that you purposely invited me to the wedding, but then at the last minute revoked that invitation. You're snickering with satisfaction as I was leaving. The way you degrade someone who works despite being married as being poor. But what's more, it was your attitude toward him. Your only concern was with his money and his status in life. That's the only thing you saw in him. He finally saw through that. He couldn't go live the rest of his life with someone so despicable, so lacking in moral values.
Huh? Everyone knows that being rich is way better than being poor.
See? That's what I mean.
Huh? I can't understand you, sis. Always the straight arrow. This is the real world.
Dennis is a good person. He finally saw your true intentions. He was completely turned off by you. It's like you pulled off your mask and revealed your true self. He couldn't bear to even being in your presence after that. I really don't blame him. That's why I haven't seen or cared to the last 5 years. Actually, I thought I would never see you again.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and Dennis can just shove it. I can find a way better guy.
Well, maybe someday you'll come to your senses. Just think all about what I told you and reflect on it. I suggest you hold off on marrying until you truly come to grips with your perspective on life. If you don't, you won't get very far.
Don't lecture me about life. Elaine, are you there? This is an emergency. I need $100,000 right now. Please have it ready for me ASAP.
Huh? $100,000? Are you crazy?
I need it within the week. Get it ready for me, you got it?
Like I said, are you crazy? How can I get that kind of money ready?
Come on, Emmy, you're the wife of a CEO. $100,000 is nothing for a guy like that. He's probably worth millions. If you don't do as I say, I'm gonna spread rumors about you, that you're a cheapskate.
What's the money for anyway?
I got a call demanding that I pay for the whole wedding that was cancelled. They said it was my fault that this happened and that I would have to cover the entire cost. I can't pay such a fortune. And I was also seeing this other guy, and I guess they found out about him.
Another guy? Seriously?
So I have to pay the cost for the wedding and for cheating on him.
Man, I thought what you did to me was bad enough, but wow.
I couldn't help myself. They were so cool and handsome.
Huh?
I would have married one of those guys, but they were, had no money.
Wait a sec. Did you just say they? You were fooling around with more than one guy?
It was 3 guys. What can I say?
3, huh? Hard to believe you were actually going to get married. Dennis was lucky he got out in time.
But I couldn't very well just dump them all just because I was getting married.
No wonder I left home at such a young age. The best decision of my life. Mom and Dad spoiled you rotten but left me on my own. I promised myself I would never be like them. And when I got old enough, I left home. I moved in with my aunt. You remember Aunt Jenny. She treated me like her own daughter, and I will be grateful to her forever. I went to school from her place and moved out after graduating from college. Like I said, it was the best decision of my life. I don't want to even think what would have happened if I stayed.
Sis, about that 100,000?
You're going to have to work that out yourself. I have no intention of giving you a dime.
I can't do this on my own.
Well, there is nothing I can or will do. Sorry.
How can you be so cruel, sis?
Get your act together, for God's sake. You're already 26 years old, for crying out loud. It's your responsibility. Face up to what you did. No more running away, Elaine.
I can't, please. Help me out.
See you, Amy. Nice knowing you. My parents were trying to ignore this whole thing, but as a matter of fact, they decided to move out soon after leaving Amy holding the bag. But I heard they ran into some kind of trouble after moving into their new home and ended up getting sued. As a result, they got divorced, and I hear they're both working to pay off the debt they've accumulated. As for my little sister Amy, she finally realized she could not rely on others anymore and started working as a hostess at a bar downtown. With her good looks and sweet talking ways, she was a natural. And she thought it was the easiest way to make money quickly. But things didn't go well with the other girls. Some kind of trouble with a guest, I can only imagine, and she was eventually forced out. So now she's working various part-time jobs to make ends meet. Maybe she'll wise up one of these days and make something of her life, or maybe she'll finally find the right guy.
Karen! Tell me where you are. Huh?
Ugh, what do you want, Mikey? I'm at home working, obviously. Where else would I be? I did make it clear you weren't to message me while I'm at work, didn't I? Would you stop this?
You told me remote work wasn't possible in your line of work.
Huh?
You said it wasn't possible to work from home due to the nature of the work you do. I remember it clearly.
Where is all this coming from all of a sudden?
You still don't get it, do you? I know everything, Karen. I'm fully aware you're in our bedroom getting it on with a guy called Chad right now, huh?
Huh?
I wanted to catch you red-handed, so I hatched a little plan. I called both of our parents. Now, all 5 of us are outside and we're about to charge in.
What? No, don't do it! You'll interrupt my work! Gah!
I just handed in the divorce papers. It won't be long now. Once the divorce is finalized, I'll be taking full custody of Elena. This chat will remain in place as a place for us to discuss things relating to our daughter. I'll be renaming it Elena's Parents, and we'll be using it instead of blocking each other. Given that I'm her guardian now, you need to respect her will, so do not under any circumstance attempt to meet her unless she gives you permission.
I'm pleased we're finally divorcing. This has been a long time coming. But I am still Elena's mother, you know. Why do I have to accept you stealing her away from me? I gave birth to her. This isn't fair.
She's still traumatized over what you did. She hates you. If you genuinely love her and genuinely care about her feelings, you need to keep your distance until she says otherwise.
Oh my god. My parents disowned me. Chad broke up with me. I have nothing now. Nothing and nobody in the world who cares about me. What am I supposed to do?
That's not my problem. Maybe you can use this alone time as an opportunity to reflect on how things ended up like this. Goodbye.
Hey, Dad! Are you already on the train home now? Thanks so much for helping me move today. I couldn't have done it without you.
Don't mention it, Elena.
I mean, I will be moving again at the end of May, but I suppose I may as well make the most of my time here.
Right. We regret to inform you we are unable to provide you with a room that meets your wishes during your desired time frame. That's what the real estate guy said, right? I can't believe they mistyped your search criteria. I thought they had systems in place to prevent that kind of thing. Did they say they'd have something available for you at the end of May?
I know, right? I couldn't believe it either. Yeah, they did. It meets all my criteria, but the move-in date was way off, so now I've got to wait 3 months. They really dropped the ball on this one. I feel so lucky Carla's letting me temporarily use her apartment. I know I've already thanked her about 700 times, but can you tell her how grateful I am again?
She's a real darling, huh? Don't worry about it. I'll let her know.
Thanks. She's great. How did you manage to bag yourself such an amazing woman, Pops? When are you guys gonna tie the knot? You deserve to be happy, you know.
Thanks, honey. That's sweet of you to say. I'm not sure. Maybe a little longer? I don't want to rush things. Besides, we only just set up our company and we're busier than we thought humanly possible. The long-term vision is to have a company branch in every state on the East Coast.
Wow, you're reaching for the sky, huh? That's my Pops.
I have this surreal feeling of time passing faster than usual lately. I can't believe how much our lives have changed over the last few years. I can't believe you're living on your own as a student in New York now. It seems like only 5 minutes ago you were that mischievous little girl pulling those devilish pranks on me. Not only are you a whole plane journey's distance from our hometown, but this is your first time living totally on your own. I want you to know that you can talk to me whenever you want, about anything.
I know, Dad. That means a lot. Thanks. Dad!
Huh? Elena, what's wrong? How come you're messaging me at this hour?
Were you sleeping? I'm really sorry if I woke you.
You're not struggling with living on your own, are you? It's okay, sweetie, you're never really on your own, because I'll always be here. You can talk to me about anything, whenever you want, and you can come home whenever you want, too.
Dad, help!
What's wrong?
Mom's coming.
What?
Please, this is bad. Listen! I was supposed to be staying at my new friend from college's house tonight. We get on like a house on fire, and she invited me over yesterday. But she got a sudden phone call saying her grandma in New Jersey died today, so she had to go back to be with her family immediately. Obviously, the sleepover is canceled, but she was kind enough to drive me back to my apartment before she headed for the airport. Just as we were pulling up, and I was getting ready to get out of the car, I spotted some middle-aged woman standing outside the front entrance, ringing my doorbell over and over again. That woman was Mom.
Well, what happened next? Did you speak to her?
No, I'm still not ready to do that. Even just the thought of her makes me feel ill. I asked my friends to take me to the nearby internet cafe by the station instead, and that's where I am now.
Call the police!
I'm holding off for now. Don't get me wrong, I will if I have to, but that's more a worst-case scenario type thing.
Why? I hope you're not holding back just because she's your mother.
It's not that, it's the guy she was with.
What, she was with a guy?
How to put this? He looked like the kind of guy who might be involved in some shady activities, like a gang member or something. I know you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but the fact he was with someone like Mom, the way he was dressed, and the big scar he had on his face, I just had to get out of there. You know what else terrifies me? I never even told her my new address, and yet there she is with some creepy guy on my doorstep in the middle of the night, before I've even lived there a month. I did think about calling the police, but I was worried about what might happen to me afterwards if they got told off and found out I called the cops on them. I thought they might hurt me.
Alright, I understand. Everything's gonna be okay. I want you to know that. Can you wait a little longer at the internet cafe for me, Elena? You're not to go back to your apartment until I say so, okay? Sit tight, sweetie. I'll handle this.
Got it. I'll sit tight. Thanks, Dad.
Hey, Karen! What the heck do you think you're doing? Are you still outside my friend's apartment?
Huh? Oh, Mikey. Your friend's apartment? I don't have the slightest clue what you're talking about. Elena's staying in room 202, isn't she? This is my daughter's room. My daughter, who came to live in New York on her own.
Wrong! That's my fiance's room!
What? Your fiancé?
We've been dating for the last 3 years. She spends 6 months of every year on business in New York. She's pretty high up at her company and is expected to attend a lot of important meetings. She figured it would be more economical to get an apartment than pay for a hotel every time. So she rents it as a kind of second home for whenever she's over there on business.
Huh?
I got a panicked message from Elena in the middle of the night, saying she couldn't go home because there was a strange woman outside her apartment calling her name and ringing the doorbell nonstop.
Huh? Wait, that doesn't make sense. I saw Elena coming in here before. You can't fool me.
That's because Elena and my fiancé know each other. They're so close, they're basically family. Do you not think it's more likely that she just has a spare key to the place?
Wait, what? Are you being serious right now?
When I heard you'd shown up out of the blue, I told her to get away and stay away until we could be sure you'd left.
What? Why? I need to see my daughter. Do you have any idea how difficult this makes things for me?
Why does it?
Because Elena is supposed to be looking after me from now on.
Excuse me?
The reason she came to work and live on her own in New York was because she knew I was here, right? She's always so sweet and thoughtful. I thought it was only natural we'd live together in that case. I mean, it doesn't make sense to rent 2 apartments when we're so close by, does it?
What kind of mental gymnastics did you have to pull to reach that conclusion? It'd be impressive if it wasn't so disturbing. Besides, Elena isn't even working yet.
Huh? She isn't?
But seriously, even if she did go to New York to find work, do you actually think she'd want anything to do with you after what you did to us? You betrayed your family, Karen!
Oh my god.
I take it you snapped out of your delusions now. Hurry up and get as far away from that apartment as possible and never go back! I'm gonna have no choice but to call the cops if you refuse.
Come on, Mikey, that's a bit overly dramatic, don't you think? Besides, I'm already inside.
What? Did you break into my fiancé's freaking apartment?
What was I supposed to do? It was cold outside. I didn't think there'd be a problem with me moving in, what with my daughter living here and all.
Moving in? Are you insane? Wait, wasn't the door locked?
Well...
No way. Let me guess, you had that slimebo Chad teach you how to pick locks, didn't you? I know all about his criminal record and his ties to the mafia. He has previous for breaking and entering, doesn't he? Am I right? I'm right, aren't I?
Well...
The landlord told us there are several surveillance cameras set up around the apartment block, and the front door is visible on more than a few of them. You can lie as much as you like, but you'll never get away with this! If you did break in, you're on camera.
Seriously?
I have no choice but to call the police.
No, wait. Please, just wait. Let's not do anything drastic here. Let's become reasonable adults. Ugh! I only did it because I thought it was Elena's room. Anyway, all I did was come to visit my daughter. What's wrong with that? Visiting your daughter isn't a crime.
I have a sneaking suspicion it is a crime, if it involves picking a lock and breaking into someone's apartment. And you don't get a get-out-of-jail-free card just because you didn't think something was against the law.
But, Mikey...
Blatant criminal activity aside, the real problem here is that Elena still hasn't given you permission to meet her, has she?
Huh?
I've taken a neutral stance and always been willing to respect her will since the beginning. I thought maybe she might be ready to meet you one day, but far from it. She says she hates you and never wants to see you again. That means you need to go away and stay away forever. Stop upsetting her, you poisonous woman! You've already done enough damage.
But I'm her mother. She's my daughter.
You lost any right to call yourself a mother when you betrayed us. When you chose to follow your base desires over your family. You'll never meet her as long as she doesn't want to meet you. Got it?
Oh my god. But what are we supposed to do now?
We?
My boyfriend. We just sold his apartment because we thought we'd be living with Elena from now on. We have nowhere else to go.
You did what?
My boyfriend, Tyrone. He may have struggled to hold down a job in the past, but he stopped selling crack recently and he's trying to turn his life around. He was so excited about our new home.
Your boyfriend sells crack?
Sold, Mikey, sold. Past tense. He's a good man with a good heart, I swear. This apartment was a lifeline for him. What are we supposed to do now? Wait, what's that? I can hear police sirens outside. What the hell? Are they here for the neighbors?
Oh, the landlord must have checked the surveillance footage. He probably called the cops on you.
What?
Yep, I sent him a message. I'm sorry to bug you in the middle of the night like this, but I think my ex-wife might have just broken into one of your properties. Please don't hesitate to call the cops.
What gives you the right to do that?
What gives you the right to break into my fiancé's apartment? Breaking and entering is a crime, and crime is illegal! You're a criminal, and so is your boyfriend! Are you seriously gonna claim picking a lock and breaking into someone else's property isn't a crime? You don't have a leg to stand on! Of course the cops were gonna come! How else could this have possibly ended?
It was supposed to end happily ever after. This can't be happening.
Good morning, Elena. How you doing, sweetie? I know Carla already messaged you, but just to confirm, your mom got taken away by the police last night, so it's safe to go back to the apartment. There's nothing to worry about, at least for now.
Got it. Thanks, Dad.
Even still, you must be pretty anxious about going back there all on your own.
Well, to tell the truth, yes. Carla's been super kind by letting me stay here, and I'm grateful for that. Really, I am. But the real estate people say they'll have my room ready in about 2 weeks. I was wondering if there's anywhere I might be able to stay until then, just in case?
About that. Carla has a 3-week business trip in New York scheduled to start tomorrow. But she decided to advance her plans and is on the plane as we speak. She'll be landing at JFK soon, and will be with you by this evening.
Really?
Even still, it's probably best you stay away from the apartment for now. She suggested you both stay at a business hotel until you can move into your new place. What do you think?
I think I like the sound of it. Wow, Carla's the best. I love her.
Great. I'll message her with the news.
Thank you. I'm starting to think she's actually a goddess. I want her to be my mom.
She'll be overjoyed to hear that, sweetie.
Really?
Anyway, Carla will be landing at JFK within the next 10 minutes. So how about you two discuss the plan for New York over text while she makes her way to the apartment on the train?
Okay, I'll message her now. Thanks a bunch, Dad.
Just as expected, my ex-wife's new boyfriend was the kind of person it's best not to associate with. I can't help but wonder what the hell must be wrong with her to keep picking guys like that, but it'll probably remain a mystery forever. Anyway, as you saw, the pair of them were arrested after being caught red-handed, breaking and entering in the middle of the night. It turns out her and Tyrone, the reformed crack dealer, were both serving a suspended sentence for a previous crime, and they'll be spending a lot of time behind bars real soon. I feel like I dodged a lethal bullet in divorcing her, and I count my lucky stars every day. Not long after the events of today's saga, me and Carla permanently moved our company HQ to New York, where we also now live. Elena still lives on her own, and we want to respect her independence, but we're within walking distance now, and she can come home and hang out with us whenever she feels like it. Oh yeah, guess what? Me and Carla are tying the knot soon. Ever since that day, Elena's been calling her mom, which put the biggest smile on her face. I'm looking forward to the rest of my life with my new family, and I've never been more optimistic about the future. Here's to us!